Hello, my name is Richard, and I'm with the Orange County Library System. We're at the Hiawassee Library in Orlando, Florida on January 8th, 2013, and we're capturing memories from our community. Please tell us your names and where you're from. Sir?
I'm Dennis Hall, and from the Orlando area, originally from Jamaica, West Indies, to New York. Actually spent 30 years in New York, and the fact that Orlando's weather, the climate in Orlando is the closest thing to Jamaica. Also, geographically, it is exceptionally close to Jamaica, so only an hour and 15-minute flight time. I thought that Orlando, Florida, was the best place to relocate from New York.
Very nice.
And I've been here permanently 13 years, although I've actually got established in here since 1989.
Excellent. And will you tell us your name and what brought you here?
I'm Sandra Fatmi, also from Jamaica, and by way of New York as well. I think a lot of us went to New York first before actually ended up here in Florida. And I've been here about 5 years now, going on 6. And it's been that time that I made Orlando my home.
Sky, I hear that you've created something special for people in Orlando. What is this organization?
There is a program with the Orange County Sheriff Department that I actually started from the ground. It was non-existent. I actually went door to door, got individuals to sign petitions so I could submit names to the Orange County Sheriff Department. And having submitted a certain amount of names, applications were given to me. I took it to their houses, filled the applications out, and it was to start a patrol, a citizens patrol with the sheriff department, where the sheriff department would provide specially marked sheriff vehicles and all the supplies, uniforms, and we would patrol our respective communities. And I started this in the Hiawassee Oaks subdivision in 2006. And of course we had training, extensive training. Although we're not considered law enforcement personnel, we were considered eyes and ears, which made a huge difference in our subdivision. And this organization is going strong until today.
That's excellent. What is the name of that organization?
Orange County Sheriff Office Citizens on Patrol. And we do patrol our subdivisions, and occasionally in holiday seasons like Thanksgiving period and Christmas, during the Christmas holidays, when events, robberies are high in malls and plazas, we're used to assist in various plazas in other locations. But for the most part, during the year, we patrol our own neighborhoods.
Let me ask you, what have you seen in terms of the community, the Pine Hills, Hiawassee community? What changes have you seen that occurred, maybe due to some of your effort?
Well, one of the major changes that I've seen as a result of this kind of program that the Sheriff Department established. It's that, unfortunately, uh, it is said that the minorities communities are not law enforcement friendly, and by a number of us minorities getting close or getting involved with the sheriff department, they actually saw us over the months and years involved with the sheriff department. They realized that it's more a stigma than a reality that the minority communities are not law enforcement friendly. So as a result of Hiawassee Oaks, which is in the Pine Hills area, started this program, we eventually had 3 other areas. We eventually had 3 other areas that I am aware of. As a matter of fact, 4 other communities within Pine Hills that started the program. So the big difference that it made, it was not only Hiawassee Oaks as a one subdivision where there were extra eyes and ears, but there were 4 more other communities where there were extra eyes and ears for the sheriff department. And most naturally, for example, Hiawassee Oaks. The Hiawassee Oaks residents, they know me, and I know them. And they know that I know them. So as we drive around, they try to make sure they do the right thing because they're known. Likewise, the other 4 communities, they're known by the residents in their community because they live in the communities. And they most naturally they're going to try to do the right thing because I can easily be identified because so that's one of the big difference that I saw within the Pine Hills community.
I'd like to ask Sandra, speaking about wonderful efforts, I hear that you are president of some type of organization. Can you speak more of that?
Sure, that organization is the Jamaican American Association, and I really have to give my hats off to Mr. Dennis Hall sitting here first as a very active member, very instrumental in where we are today. I'm following in I have some very big shoes to fill because he is the immediate past president and has been in the organization that's been around for 27 years. It was founded in November 1985, so we're exactly 27 years we've been around, and the oldest Caribbean association here, as Mr. Hall mentioned earlier. And I'll tell you, he's been very, very active in this organization for the last 10, 11 years. So with such big shoes to fill, I'll tell you a little bit about the organization and what's been done. Being established 27 years ago, it was started as a civic organization for a lot of West Indians to just meet and see what they can do for this community here. And that was a very long time ago, believe it or not, that all of the West Indians started migrating here and started living here, and they wanted some things to do. And at first, I think it was said to have been a meeting place for them to play games and stuff like that and talk about what they could do here. Well, that evolved into much, much more. We went through another name change. It was a civic organization. Then we went through another name change, and now we're the Jamaican American Association. And the name tells you pretty much who makes up the group, Jamaican Americans. And our mission is to help to spread our culture to our young people that are born here, because a lot of kids that are born here, if we don't continue to teach them about our culture, the culture will die, and we definitely don't want that. One of the things that we focus on is education, which is key, of course, and mentoring our youth, which is huge. In light of what's happening today, this is just a time to even focus on it more, mentoring our youth and prevention. And that's something that the organization is very, very big on, preventing what we're seeing today. The mass murders that are taking place in the schools, being done by our teenagers. So we're focusing on youth between the age of 5 to 18. You know, and we have a lot of professionals among us that are willing to volunteer their time and help in mentoring our youth. We're even willing to take classes with the Sheriff's Department to see what we can do to help strengthen our community and this Pine Hills community. As you know, the stigmatism is there about Pine Hills, and we want to get rid of that, because in talking to the sergeants and to Sheriff Demmons, it is out there that Pine Hills has a high rate. However, it's not higher than any other neighborhood is what I'm being told. So we definitely want to work on that and do our part in helping to make a positive difference in this community.
That's wonderful. And do you mentor yourself? Obviously you must. How many kids are you finding that you're mentoring?
Well, I'll tell you, in focusing on the youth, through the Rotary, I'll start with the Rotary first. I've mentored about 3 or 4 children under the Rotary. And under this focus here for the Jamaican American Association, we're working on going in schools. And don't know how easy that would be or not, but we're working on that currently. This is National Mentoring Month, and we want to see how many we can get done during this month. And although we've had it in the past, this is a new focus for us in mentoring our youth. Yeah, so can't put a number on it that I've done 7 or 8 under the Jamaican American Association. In the past, I've done at least 4 or 5.